Hi there. Thank you for letting me move up. I am, again, sorry for being annoying.
No problem at all.
Oh,
Thanks
damn,
for
you sound really quiet. Hold on.
I'm also just speaking quieter
Oh,
because
okay, okay.
I recovering from a cold. I think I'm coming up on the other end of it, but I was just hacking up some fucking phlegm, so
I'm sorry to hear that.
it's getting better. It's getting better. It was worse a couple days ago. But yes, I may not just be as boisterous or charismatic tonight. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that though. Still, hi Devin, how you doing?
Hey Devin. Hey Nat.
Hello.
Yo, how's it going?
It's going. I said in chat, I was like, hi, I'm hitting my Puffco. I'll be right out. So
Hello.
I'll be right
Wow.
out.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Yeah. Yeah.
Never mind, it's dead. We're done.
So yeah, normally I mean, you've been to these. Normally, we start them about 15 minutes after like the announced thing, but since you got to take off, we'll probably go about five in. And I think people
No,
are
you
gonna.
can do 10. I got time.
Okay, right. We'll do 10. Middle ground on that. I'm just sending out some links.
How long do we get to read again? I'm sorry.
10 to 15 minutes.
I'll do 10, I'm gonna do probably like 8 to 10 minutes, I guess. But I will
Okay.
I'll see. Yeah.
All right.
I'll fill it up.
Question.
Hello there.
Hey guys,
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited.
All right. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
full transparency, I did not time my set, so there's a very strong chance I make up for the time that somebody else lacks.
That's
I
fine.
mean,
So
I can go 10 minutes for I have enough stuff to go that long. I just haven't the last like 5 times I've done a reading, so I just don't even know if I might just stop. We'll see.
yeah, so I
But
generally like I say aim for 15, but like I I I don't really time my sets that much either, and I try to just aim for like around that. So like I generally don't want to go like two under 10 because it feels a little I guess insubstantial. Like when I go to a reading and somebody I don't know reads like two or three poems and they kind of fuck off and it's
I
like
can do
I'm
10
just
no
getting
I can do 10 no problem. I might literally go at some point, how much time do I have left? And you could,
okay. Yeah,
yeah.
that's totally fine.
Okay.
Again, these you've been to these. These are pretty fucking chill.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I have a lot of. I can do a lot of stuff. We will see.
All right. All right.
Hi, Bobby. How you doing?
Good.
Hi,
Doing
Nora. How
well.
you
Oh, there's
doing?
Hans. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, we get to see the icon. Oh my God. Real editor of Burial out here.
That's what everyone keeps saying.
We know he's making those decisions in the background.
Well, come here. Come here. He doesn't want to look. Do you not
His
want
hands. Oh my
Josh.
God, so exciting.
to look?
Wow, this is huge. Really huge for me.
You want to come to a more normal place? You have room? No, I guess not.
Hey.
Hello there. Nice to meet you.
Oh,
Hi, I'm Ava.
I'm Zach. Hello.
Wait, this
I
is so
just
sick.
I just saw Bobby make like a face.
I can't really.
I know. I said the same thing.
That's weird.
I don't think it's just your cold. I think your like mic is turned down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, how am I doing now? Can you
It's
hear me?
definitely when if you're closer, it's louder, but it's less loud than me. Am I right to say so?
Yeah,
Okay.
Travis, you definitely sound the most quiet.
Yeah, okay.
I haven't really done anything here that should.
Gonna have a broken desk chair and fucking get a new one.
Godspeed.
Yeah, I try to fit back and I forget. I'm like, oh, I'll just do a relax, and then it just goes all the way
How is
back.
this? How is this?
Still softer, but better. But
Yeah.
still soft.
Your
Uh,
cat is so cute.
The
Yeah,
best.
he's my best friend. Hey, buddy. He's gonna be here the whole
I'm
time.
trying to.
Oh, he might go away. We'll see.
What's his name?
His name is Hans.
Hans.
Says my output volume is maxed out.
Mm.
Yeah, you're still a little quiet.
I have no idea why. I'm gonna just try and do my best to project like this.
There you go.
I'm sorry.
Maybe if you have headphones. What's that word? Yeah.
AirPods? You got
Yeah,
those?
I've got AirPods. I don't know if I'm
Just
gonna be
yell, yeah.
synced up. I've got them all synced up to like other shit. I don't know. Let me
It's very
let
Def
some of
Jam
these
poetry
people
if you just
in.
yell the whole time, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Really scream at us.
Look, I'm not gonna be talking as long as like you guys are, like some of you are. So it's not like too big of a deal.
Oh,
So,
I
you
don't
know,
mind. I just know that if I'm gonna say it, everyone else is, and so far I've been borne out. That's
I
all.
know, I know. I was having issues with my computer earlier in the day because I was about to speak of her. I had a meeting with Madeline and I was trying to get into Zoom and my computer kept freezing, so I had to restart it over and over and over again. And maybe that is part of it. Maybe something got fucked up along the way. Right now,
It happens.
like
It happens to the best of us. Is this going to be recorded, by the way? I can't remember if that's the case
it
or not.
is. I record them.
Okay,
I,
no, I'm
I
good. I'm
I
just
keep
asking.
failing to upload them because I don't know if I want them to be nice or if they can just be kind of messy and scrappy and whatever the fuck. Like I've been too lazy to fucking edit them,
No, I
basically.
don't. I don't blame. Yeah, I don't. I mean, most people just dump the whole file and do no editing at all. So,
Right.
I don't
I, I,
really.
I at first I was like, oh, I'm gonna make them all fucking fancy and cut out all the bullshit and make them very streamlined. And then I'm like,
I couldn't
I kind of
remember.
want to do that, but I don't want to put like the effort into doing that.
I couldn't remember because I haven't seen them pop up, and I want to know how blue to go. So I'll go a little blue, but I won't go full blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean like do what you're gonna do, and I don't know. I don't think anybody's gonna do anything that's like completely. Um, I always get nervous. I don't want to like. So I do like the whole like link distributing thing just to kind of like. There haven't been any issues, but whenever I see somebody pop up as like user, I'm like, who the fuck is user? Should I let
Called
user
out.
in?
Yeah, probably. You can just
Eh,
boot them if it's a porn, if it's a groiper or a porn bot.
yeah, I mean, I'm trying to avoid the situation where
Yeah, I
like
respect. I hear
I
you.
know
I hear you.
I know I can boot the porn bot, but I don't want
You don't want the
everybody to
porn
have
bot in
to
the first.
see
Yeah, you don't even
porn
want the porn bot. I
before the
understand.
porn
Yeah,
bot
yeah.
shows
No, no,
up.
no. I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, lots of awesome. A
Not
lot of
that I'm
them.
trying to make these like square or
Oh, you don't have to
formally
justify
friendly or
yourself.
anything,
I
but
understand. The bar is so low in some
I
of these
know.
with the moderation. You don't have to apologize for yourself. Yeah. Let's
All
see. Ooh,
right.
lots of folks. Hell yeah.
No, yeah, I got the impression that this one was going to do pretty well. Pretty well. You seem to underestimate how much like incline you're on. You and quite a few of the people in here. I mean, a lot of you are having quite the engagement with your work. I think this one and the one in January feel like big, I guess, as far as like who's uh who's involved. Which is good because I've slowed down on the publishing, still doing it. I think I'm gonna have to I might have to do both of these. I was talking to Madeline about it. As far as like the publication aspect of Dodo, um, either trying to put together some sort of small team, even if it's just readers, like preliminary readers, because like again, like even if you get like 5 things in a day, if like 3 of them are 8,000 words long, and you try to like do anything else inside of it, and I know that you're dealing with it even more than I am, and I imagine you're getting worn the fuck out as much as you enjoy it.
I definitely I when I started, I would read every submission front to back, some of them multiple times. I'm not doing that anymore, I will say. If I get a really long one and I'm out in a couple of pages,
This is
I
done.
won't do it.
Sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
That's
What
your
is
right.
what say that again?
No, I just said that's your right. That's well
I mean,
within your
yeah,
right.
I mean, it just is how it's gonna go.
Yeah, you only have so much time.
Um, what's the Yeah, I am gonna read some dirty stuff. If that's all right.
absolutely, I don't care.
Okay.
You've read my shit
I know, I
before.
know. This is a little dirty for what I usually do, though. I will say that's why
Okay.
for a couple of them at least.
All
So
right.
that's all. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, as long as you're not like promoting like heinous shit, that is really my only caveat with these things.
I'll do my best. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I had some sensitivity readers and they said it was okay, but I'm still and
yeah.
yeah, well I think I'm overthinking it. I'm just gonna do it. Maybe skip a line or two in one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically trying to avoid like, I don't know, unnecessary sexual assault and racial slurs if
Not
possible. Those
none
are
of
kind of
that.
the big ones.
None of that. None of that. None of
Yeah,
that. You'll you'll see,
yeah.
we'll see. But
You can do like crass sex stuff. I don't give a shit.
it is it is that, but
Oh,
it's a little. I'll explain it when we go more into stuff.
you've
Uh,
seen some of like the stupid fucking like notes app poems that I throw
yeah,
in
no,
between. And I've got
it's
again, speaking of this, I asked Cletus to read, he's probably gonna read a bunch of sex poems.
that's fair. It is a little
Very
blue. I
very.
don't. These you'll see. It's
Okay, all right. Okay, we will.
damn. He's not gonna go. I think he's gonna stay the whole time.
Yeah, that's what he was saying, which is always
Oh, I mean
nice.
Hans.
Oh, Hans is gonna stay the whole time.
I think so.
All right.
We'll see.
Who's
Okay.
reading sex poems?
I am.
I'm excited.
Thank you. How you doing, Cletus?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Just hanging out, having a shot, just kind of chilling. Yeah. Going
You gonna
well,
be
going
able to
well.
stay awake
Completely.
to do your set since we've moved you?
Oh yeah, that's not a problem.
Okay. All right. Yeah. We're gonna start in about 3 minutes. If anybody wants to, because normally we do like a little bit of open mic before we get started. If anybody wants to just read like a one-off poem or a very short like flash piece, um, let me know in the chat. We can do that. Otherwise, we are just kind of listening to me prattle on, and that gets old. Yeah. Okay. We're also doing open mic after, obviously. Um, so yeah, Madeline, if you can. Oh, Future. Don't know who Future is. Um.
That's
Okay.
Irina. Everything's okay.
Oh. Okay.
Hi, Irina.
Hey, hey.
I thought Future the rapper had joined.
What time is it there?
Oh, it's 4 a.m. I
Oh
already
my
have my
God.
coffee, so
I-
everything is cool, it seems.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
Wow.
Yes, you can read a poem or two if you'd like,
Ah,
as long as they
thanks.
don't take too long. Yes, you are good to read if you would like to. Irina?
Yep.
Okay.
It's
You're good
4
to
a.m.
read?
I'm a bit like I woke up like
Okay. All right.
near 20 minutes ago, so I'm just a bit off. Everything is
Okay.
blurring a
But
bit.
you wanted to
Yeah,
read something?
yeah. Feel I'm ready.
Okay.
It's kind of my debut today, and let's start on hard with some poetry, okay? So I would read some short poem that is forthcoming in August. It is called Just This Once. Um, I have learned to taste different kinds of death. One comes howling from the sky, tearing up the concrete, forcing the body to shrink into a trembling point. Simple. You are here, you are gone. But there's a quiet extinction. I rise like a high tide, dark and heavy, with all that I am, and throw myself against your silence. Just this once. If you don't answer, I will not shatter. Water does not break, it simply withdraws. I will return to the deep, whole and unchanged. But know this, the wave that wanted to touch you is gone forever.
Very, very, very nice. Everybody clap
Thank
for Irina.
you. Thank you.
All right.
I brought some flowers. Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing.
Yay, flap.
Yeah,
All
that was
right.
lovely.
Nice.
Okay, I think we're good to get started proper right now. 1 minute past original plan, but not too bad. Thank you everybody for coming. This Dodo Razor, most of you have been to one of these before. If you're new, you're gonna know how these kind of work. We keep them chill. I don't really do like intro bios, but I just kind of try to keep these moving, keep them light, keep them fun. First up, we've got the man, the myth, the legend, the editor of Burial Magazine, Mr. Z.H. Gill. Um, this is one of our, technically, I'm the first returnee, but that doesn't really count. ZH and Nat are first returning readers. And ZH did prose last time, and now he's going to do some poetry because he's been on the poetry kick recently. So I'm going to hand it over to ZH now.
It's an honor to be back and to be the first one back with a legend like Nat. That sounded like a poem kind of. Um, should I keep him here or should I put him away? What's the consensus? Yeah, it's gonna be a little weird if he's here, but
No, keep him.
I'm down to do it. It's
Keep
Give
just
him a
him.
cat
Keep
or
him.
all right.
Keep
All right.
him.
Okay. Yeah.
artistic choice. Do what feels right.
He'll stay for now or until he goes of his own avail. Hi everyone, I'm ZH Gill. I write stuff. I'm the editor of Burial Mag if you don't know me. I'm gonna just do this. Oh my God. Getting a hold on, sorry. Um I sorry, I'm thrown off. I got a call from someone. I'm not gonna pick it up. Anyway, I am gonna read some new stuff. It's for a thing that uh is not gonna come out for a while. It is this one is made out of Pornhub comments. That's why I kind of wanted to, yeah. So this is called Poem Written with One Hand. My dad sent me the wrong link, I hope. I wish my stepsister looked like that. There are no flaws in it. Big sexy neck veins. Girl, clean your feet. K Culazo. Father and husband of the year. Stop simping. It's pathetic. What's the song at the beginning? Played this on point 0.5 speed and went intergalactic. I hope this is the last video I'll watch. This is old, yeah? She's not back, is she? I'm not really a real estate agent. Plot twist to make Mark Danielowski shudder. She is a really bad saleswoman. Yeah, she got fucked. Maybe not the best acting, but I am so wet. The new sniper in Modern Warfare sucks. Wait, why she is looking in the camera when the guy is licking her pussy? It's so strange. It's like she's looking into my soul. Meanwhile, she's having sex with another man. It's like a Deadpool's film when the anti-hero talks to the public, but nobody can see them. It's so strange, but at the same time hot. I love it. Yeah, she really did break the fourth wall. Her name? That man's testicles got to be drier than the Sahara, if that's the most cum he could muster up. If that was me, I would produce gallons. We all here jerking off to this. But we all know what we really want is just to cuddle with someone we truly love. Honestly, I barely feel anything when I jack off. The only reason I still do it is to feel something. I don't want to jack off. I want to be loved. I want someone to care about me and to treasure me. I want someone that I can give everything to, someone I can spend the rest of my life with. I just want to be happy. Guts' theme playing. I don't want to be horny anymore. I just want to be happy. Why the tattoos? You don't need them. I'm not watching because I want to, but because I need to. Friends are temporary. Life is temporary. Only pain is eternal. If you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here for you, man. If you got a PS4, we can run GTA, Warzone, whatever together. I hope you feel better. If this woman is really a real estate agent, she left herself unprotected. She should have had him sign a buyer's rep agreement right away, like when he first indicated that he was serious about purchasing. My body burns because of you. It's sad they shut down Club Penguin. I don't want to be horny anymore. I want to be happy. She doesn't have to do the insecurity thing, like where women push their breasts together while in missionary. Pity the end was spoiled with a facial. Very inappropriate to ejaculate on the face of the real estate agent when viewing a house. Hot grinding temptation. Good on you, sis, for representing us huge nipple gals. I wish I had her confidence. You are probably a dude. Just watched The Matrix, and my God, what a movie. Who is still waiting for a whole lot of red? There's so much oil here, the US might invade. No, we will just impose sanctions and run their economy into the ground. Fake cum is ruining mainstream porn. I give it a 4 out of 10. It looks like they had fun, and the sex looked realistic, but overall, plot was kind of dry. Does anyone own a PS4? I need more friends. I timed my cum with his cum. Her pussy looks like a macaroon. What is her name? I know this is strange to confess this on here, but I don't actually know what a camel toe is. Michelin 3 stars, yummy. She has beautiful eyes. I don't want my life anymore. I don't know if I want any life. Hang in there, dumbass. Nice clip, but weird color grade. Thank you. If you like that, I got another one, and it's coming in a bit. But gonna do something chiller. Okay, I'm really sorry about this. I'm gonna look at my phone really quick. Everything is good. Okay, I'm going to continue. This is another new poem called Meeting with Nothing. Canadian in the elevator. How long have you lived here? Quiet. You think it's quiet here? There is art in the elevator, glued to the wall, not a joke. Drawings of eggs and a JPEG of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, glued to the wall by the man living in the basement. He is supposed to be there. He fixes things here. His name is Eduardo, and I do not question Eduardo's sense for interior design. I moved here for no reason, says the Canadian. I moved here to work, she says, but there is none. I grew up here, I say, and yes, there is no work. There is no work. Thank you. Okay. I am going to do another poem. I'm going to do 2 really short poems. Hans left, but this is a poem about him. It's called Animal Hospital Haiku for Hans. Hide behind Dr. Choi's computer. He's so cute. He is so, so cute. And the he's so cute part is in dialogue tags, just so you're aware. Okay, this one is called Box. Friend from the mail. How could I throw you away? You stink of the world. This one is called This is Such a Different Experience. It is a cento from dialogue and imagery from Vanderpump Villa. I am a mother. I would be so proud. You are worthy. I think it's a beautiful thing to show your emotions. Thank you. Thank you. If anybody wants to smack me on the face or on the ass, I'm so mad I walk away. Spiritually a cornered rat. Drag me into your garbage. English is my first language. I respect you and I like you. In my country, I thought you moved on. Can we please not do this, please? Just shut up. I literally told you. What you do is make a flower. I called Gabriella out about it. It's called being fucking real. I want everything perfect. If anybody interrupts me, they can leave this room. Thank you. How much time do I have left? Yeah, anyone? 30 minutes. Nice. For real, how much time do anyone know how much time I have
I
left?
think a couple minutes, right?
Okay. I'll do.
Think.
You can do 5 more minutes. Sorry, I keep
You're
forgetting to
good.
unmute myself.
Yes, it's all good. Okay, I'm gonna do another poem that is made from Pornhub comments. This one is more risque. I'm gonna do skip a couple lines, I think, but it also has lines in Portuguese, Russian, French. No, not French. Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, and French. Yeah, so I don't speak those languages, so it's gonna sound fucking stupid. Here we go. This is called I See Him as Tutorial and Inspiration. Amazing. You should be fucked like the beautiful queen like you are. She is so beautiful. Her stomach would look wonderful filled with my sperm and baby. Why do you have Tide Pods in your bedroom? Who is she? Y esas tetas. Love the short hair. Nobody gives a fuck about what you think. Video is 106 minutes long and they don't actually start fucking until about 45 minutes in. This is why professional porn sucks ass. She would be perfect with long hair. Who wouldn't swallow his cum? They both have the exact same haircut. J'adore comment il s'occupe d'elle, j'aurais fait pareil. Bro moans more than the girl. You're welcome. You're so special and you don't even know. All the 33 thumbs down have to be either gay or stupid because she is 10 out of 10 gorgeous. Whoever did the audio for this porn is a moron or an amateur. Way, way too loud and constantly peaking. So sad to see on such good visuals. Does he only have one nut? Think so. Could be a prosthetic, but it's not sitting well if he does. She is extremely hot. It's honestly unfair. This is my top video. No se puede estar más buena. I'd love to play with you. This is the proper way. As far as porn goes, this is really good acting. And I can't believe I'm saying this, storytelling and filmmaking. I mean, as far as porn goes. Bees like this, why I got trust issues. She is so beautiful. And she is a good actress. I don't understand why she doesn't try to act in Hollywood movies. You got to start somewhere. I can watch this video thousands of times, and it reminds me of when I went to school. I want someone to destroy me like that. She looks stupid when she comes. She got some bomb. Better than my videos. Porn actors really dress shitty. I had a dream I throat fucked her. It was a good dream. One of the best dirty sluts. The Nintendo isn't even plugged in. Also, I don't remember Nintendo having a headphone jack. I have to say, the new intro music makes me get anxious. Who gives a fuck if the game is plugged in? This is what I want to do with someone. I went to high school with this girl. She looks different. Yeah, sluts need to be fucked every moment. How the hell does this guy stay hard the whole time? I want to do everything you say. Feel bad for her dad. Pure love, huh? Es hermosa esta mujer? She's hot, but needs to work on her acting. She's got the range of a soup ladle. He fucks like a champ, so who cares what his face looks like, haha. The guy kept making weird, high-pitched noises. Kinda weird, TBH. The dude sounds stupid AF. The dude's noises, not cute, my man. I need to get fucked like this. Why the fuck is his tongue so yellow? Bacteria growth from poor hygiene, diabetes in rare cases. If it's more greenish yellow, could be leukemia. Overall, it's bacteria growth. Would be fucking hilarious if it was Doom music. Bon Shan. Great video, but ass to pussy is not cool and very unhealthy. This is the comment I was looking for. Infections are not sexy. I can watch it all day. I actually hate this dude so much. When his heart is weighed against a feather, I hope it sinks and breaks the scale. She's screaming like a wounded animal. Beige Ploishi Modeli Nie Nashlos. I took one semester of Russian. That's the best I can do. I'm sorry. 666th view. Fucking RIP headphone users at 9:44. The way you move should come with a warning. I want to let you taste the sweetness of my holes. More of this, please. Horrific. Hope she is okay. Gayest way to watch straight porn. I just want to be loved. Oh man, that comment is so sad. I hope you find your love. He knows what we like to see. Let's go, Philippines. I'm not a girl. I don't know whether I want to be him or let him fuck me. Are you a girl? Pelo amor de Deus como uma fa. That's Portuguese. I don't know at all. I think it's lovely. He makes sure she's comfortable and enjoys it. I see him as tutorial and inspiration. Naruto is great, but you can't compare it with One Piece. You can absolutely love Naruto and One Piece. Bleach is the best. Does she have hair on her feet and legs? Damn, she is hot. Thank you for indulging me tonight, folks. I really appreciate being here. That's all I got. I'm going to listen in and then I got to run, unfortunately, but I'm going to stay as long as I can. Good luck to all of you. You guys rock.
All right, yeah, that set fucking ruled. I loved both of the horny centos. The first one was phenomenal though. I feel like the second one, I mean, obviously introducing like the languages and stuff, that's very cool and it was very funny. I think the second one was maybe a little bit more funny, but I loved the kind of like undercurrent of the emotional kind of storytelling in the first one that kept popping in the stuff about loneliness and yeah, it's just that felt very very purposeful, something that you can only really tell through doing a cento about Pornhub comments. So I really really loved that one.
Those took forever to write, and I'm not.
I
I would not gonna write another one. I think because they both took forever. I get sorry. I thank
it,
you, everyone.
yeah, no, I feel like I feel like if you did like too many of them, like there's only so much that you can maybe do with it. But like I feel like those are two like very good different approaches to doing it, where the first one, both of them are funny, but the first one really has that kind of emerging beat of like loneliness and weird kind of connection in like a very kind of lonely and potentially dark place. um where I was like laughing, but then I was like, oh shit. And I loved that doing it, that kind of element of it. And then in the second one, I think they both still have it, but it's one leans in one direction more than the other. And I feel like those are kind of like the two approaches that you can really take to it. So I think you maybe mostly covered the bases on those, but they were both definitely very much worth doing, and I love both of them. Love the whole set, but yeah, especially the first Cento. I am going to turn it over to Nat now. Nat. Nat's our second returnee. They do all of our posters. So if you like the posters, they're responsible for that. They run Fifth Wheel Press. They have a new book out. It feels like they always have a new book out. But I'm going to shut up now and let them take the reins. Nat Rom.
Hey everybody. Um, I actually didn't coordinate this, but my first poem is like a little bit dirty. So, I think we're just going with a theme tonight. Um, I did a residency in February and I basically just like locked myself in a farmhouse and wrote a bunch of poems about sex and trauma, which if you know me, that's like nothing new. But I did that this winter and I really like some of these poems. So I'm gonna read a few of them. This is fantasy, 6 degrees of separation. I am fucking. I am fucking redacted. I am fucking redacted, and we are in a loving, monogamous partnership. I am in a partnership with redacted and also on good, normal terms with redacted. The three of us fuck. One of them fucks me in the missionary position while the other makes use of his hands on me. I am ashamed to admit I picture this. In my head, reality splits itself half a dozen times. I am not fucking redacted or anyone. I am touch-starved and afraid of touch. I wrap my arms around myself and call it sharing skin. I cradle a plushie in my bed. I breathe in, choking sobs. I breathe out. This next one is like infinitely funnier, I promise. And I actually really love reading it. It's one of my favorite pieces to read. My weapon of choice is a stop sign. Like that video where the weather reporter is out in a hurricane and the wind brings that red metal octagon over to body slam her so fast you can't even see the fall, just the traffic indicator as it takes over the TV screen and clangs to the ground itself. That's what I want. Hurtling steel through a furious flurry of raindrops, controlled not by the whims of the wind, but the mind. Yes, just once I'd like to see my enemies bowled over as they would flatten me. I have never been a beacon of forgiveness. I want the streets to turn like animals at my beck and call, releasing their signs into the rapidly escalating northeast breeze. It would feel sweet. It would feel fitting. It would feel just to bend an element, like Avatar, except that simile ends here for a kid that grew up under a rock and couldn't tell you a single thing about Avatar, other than Yip Yip, because damn, who doesn't love Appa? I digress. Give me uncontrollable gales and squalls which whip at my ankles. Give me flailing street signs in a hurried breeze. Now I am powerful again. Right. This next one is like does need to be explained a little bit. So basically, I wrote a series of like prose poems a while ago, and they are now being published as a book by Gnashing Teeth Press this fall. But basically, I wrote like 56 prose poems, and the title for all of them is Journal. And they're basically just numbered. So this is take number 31. Dear Diary, I don't know where the story started, but there is something about the lore of a plague maiden that is so delicious, so satisfying to imagine myself within. I'd even take the L and be a woman for just a moment if I could evaporate at will, split myself into four immaterial versions of the same wraith that surrounds an impending threat, a killer of specters on all sides. Maybe I am a monster diary, but has anyone stopped to consider what made me this way? I have pins in every corner of my home, ties to something wicked that hold me here in the world of the living when I wish to depart in peace. What a relief it would be to feel these crooked skeletal fingers on my shoulder and snapped my head around, jaw unhinged, and devour. So I wrote this last one, or this next one, I should say. It is not my last one. In like I did a 30-30 challenge in April where like you write 30 poems in 30 days. This is actually a dating app, Chento, and is called Dream, in which I sit alone at Applebee's. So if you're not familiar with the movie Couples Retreat, they talk at one point in the movie about how being married is all about having someone to sit at Applebee's with, and you don't want to be alone at Applebee's. So this is a dream in which I sit alone at Applebee's. Hello, I'm divorced. At the very least, I'm hot and down to earth. Why is everyone so nice these days? I just want to be thrown against a wall. Preferably looking for LTR, but not one to force it. Was rude to women when I was younger, trying to fix that. I just want to cook for everyone and have cuddle puddles. My wife and I are in an open relationship where we openly communicate our needs. Parent to a beautiful human baby. No bums, please. One of my biggest kinks is car sex. Friendship is cool too. Bless. Not that politics matter, artists are apolitical. I listen to a lot of music. Obviously, I'm not a melon, but I like to role play. I stole my BF's account. Not a hookup kind of person. Looking for friends or to see where it goes. Bipping and bopping. This next one is after friend of the Dodo, Romy Rhodes Ewing, who has read at a past Dodo Eraser reading. And this was also published in Bruiser. Garden Suburb Hermit. A rich person should pay me to live in a tiny home constructed in a private corner of their property, emerging when occasionally summoned for meals and to play my part as court jester. This is the reparations I am owed, bare minimum. My nightmares are cast in their fine crystal, etched like bespoke print framed on velvet wallpaper. Did you know one time I got to hold a Chagall drawing? Someone was buying it to hang in their home office, and here I am still trying to fathom the unfathomable. I have never been a pawn, just a spectacle, something shiny to grow bored of. I want someone to say that one, there, that little freak, and point to me and mean it for once. I mean it for keeps. Instead, I self-allocate to the damages shelf, excellent vintage condition. How come even in my own fantasy, I'm a commodity? Enough. The discard pile is growing. We're running out of deck here. Ace of hearts unturned. Ace of spades wild as a carpet of back forest ferns. Thank you. And also thank you to Travis because as soon as I started reading this poem, I was like, wait, that one went up in Dodo Eraser, not Bruiser. So thank you so much for sharing the link. I appreciate it. Um, Okay, this next one is part of the same series that I wrote at the residency earlier this winter and is called Fantasy Buying Myself Flowers After Miley Cyrus. I am at the grocery store because I am on a budget. My eyes adjust to fluorescent overhead lights as they sync their buzzing with my tinnitus. I pass over the dyed blue roses, remembering the time I chuckled over an arrangement gifted to a friend. It's almost Valentine's Day. A velveteen blanket of pinks and purples greets me to the left of cyan artifice. I gently cup a bleeding heart with my hand, soften fingertips with its magenta silk. I may not forgive every lover, but I can forgive the universe. I can forgive the winds of fate when they choose to move me. Right. Coming down the tail end, I've got two more for you guys. This next one was also written during my 30-30 challenge. And it just has like some of my favorite like individual sentences I've ever written in it. So, this is Sprung. We all surround the Bradford pear spittoon of pollen vomit and watch ochre dust percolate while horseflies emerge from hides. This is to say it's April and my eyes itch.
So
I've decided I want to be the movie theater popcorn machine. Seems like a good life to me. I'd like to be doused in butter and grease and change kernels to fluff at will. Say, this must be how Jesus felt. Instead, I take L's the way I used to down chilled shots of tequila. Let's get one thing absolutely clear. You're in their DMs. I'm pissing in a pitch black bar bathroom. We are not the same. Thank you. My last one, I wish there was a way for me to like adjust the like volume output of my mic because it's in all caps and if you like know my work, you know that I really only write in all lowercase. And so I think the only appropriate way to read an all caps poem for me is to scream it. Um this one is called Dredge. It went up in Bruiser like I guess about a month ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. Time is fake. Um okay. Whew. Here we go. Dredge. I used to feast and now I scrape the bowl. I say no to desire and still desire to be fed. I bid gender adieu for the same reasons I now dangle sex like a piece of trash, slipping from lazily pinched fingertips into city waste bin. It's not disdain that lights my fire this time. I love love, its fleshy manifestations and fluid-filled rendezvous in the night. I simply grew too tired of scavenging fragments of something that once flowed freely here. I am not the only villain. You made me prove I could live without touch. Now I refuse to die. Sorry for yelling. Thank you guys.
All right, thank you, Nat. Nat, if you actually want to plug some of your services right now, I'm happy to give you a few minutes to do that.
Oh yeah, okay. If you don't know, I lost my cannabis job. I guess it was like I was literally 9/11, which I still think is really funny. Um, that I got fired. But basically, they were like, "Hey, you should use ChatGPT to write all of your marketing copy." And I was like, "Huh, I have a master's degree in writing. Why would I do that?" And they were like, okay, cool, you're fired." So that's basically what happened, and now I am freelancing my living. So if you need editing or writing or design, or even photography, if you are local to the Baltimore-ish area, I got you, and you should hit me up. Uh, my email is on my website, which I will throw in the chat.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, Nat does all of the Dodo flyers since the absolute beginning. So if you like the way that any of those have looked, I really like the way that they look. That's why I keep asking Nat to do them. So yeah, anything graphic design, obviously, they're a very prolific writer and they edit their own magazine. So very multi-talented, lots of different things that you might be interested in. Nat can probably help you out. Next up, see, I gotta bring up my own little list here so I don't get confused. You guys probably know who's up next better than I do. Okay, Nora. Nora is up next. Nora, um, just started. Well, not just now. We're about half a year in, but Nora's been writing tons and tons and tons of poems this year. Has gotten plenty of them published all over the place, and very excited to have Nora read at a Dodo Eraser event now. So I'm gonna pass it over to Nora.
Hi, I really have to thank Travis, who I think is like one of the first people I sent anything to in like January, and who's super supportive and terrific, and I got to meet at AWP. I, however, have been traveling and not writing at all, so I have like some random, very, I'm sure, poor Catalan translations I did today on getting back from some poems I purchased while I was there, and then some other really random recent stuff that hasn't like really gone out much into the world yet. So yes, it's all gonna be a little unpolished. But that's okay. It's great to be here with you guys. Um Okay, so I'm going to start off with something super short, which is appropriately titled A Short Poem on Godliness, inspired by the meeting of Pope Leo and Bad Bunny, aka something I wrote while I was logging in because I was like, wow, I don't have anything new. Um, so, um, a short poem on godliness, inspired by the meeting of Pope Leo and Bad Bunny. And after all, no bunnies may be bad in the eyes of heaven. So that'll start us off. Thank you, Lily. And then I'll read you guys these translations and I'll show you what they're from, which is from this really tiny, I picked up like 4 chapbooks. There's this great bookstore in Barcelona, um, which is basically called like bookstore windows, but in Catalan, and it has a lot of translated poetry and a lot of Catalan writing. So this is by Rosé Bastida, and it was published by Documenta in 2023, and it's called Fauna Autochtona Poems to Ulapul, which is like through like a clear eye, basically. And I don't actually speak Catalan, so I doubt they're very good translations. The first one is titled On the 15th of August, 2019, I wrote in my diary. I recall the slippery spells of others' eyes inside my eye sockets, covering with the rain a veil of love over all things. And then the next one, which is on the following page, is titled Text on a Postcard that Abby sent to our friend Maisie Campbell that August. Something is coming of whoever is like the landscape I want inside. On both sides, sunflowers dance and a single pine tree on top of the mountain. Long road. May our blood be like the water that bathes me, dousing the burning sand, cold and very transparent. And hopefully I will get through more of those because they're very like, they have a ton of really like striking images in them. And then I like for some reason I wrote a poem based on Byron Katie's The Work worksheets. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with those worksheets. They're like self-help templates based on like a series of questions. And I think doing only one, you kind of like don't get the sense of the form of the worksheet. So I'm just going to read all three, and they're of probably varying quality. But if you've ever had a self-help phase, these are for you. A poem in the form of Byron Katie's The Work after engaging in historical generalizations. And in the past, most people would have been peasants anyway. But is that true? Is that really true? I can't absolutely know that's true. And it makes me smug, complacent with the world and its sins. Perhaps I might believe in a better world being possible. And in the past, one could have dignity and surplus and rest. But is that really true? The world asks again. Answers sometimes. Mind over matter, matter over mind, world stranger and more unknowable. Katie, what answer then? And the wind whistling over the plains of the steppe speaks to no one in reply. A poem in the form of Byron Katie's The Work after a friend berates me for not watering her plants after the rain. Perhaps our time has run its course, the end upon us, long years of sufferance close, chain of small conflicts. But is that true? Is that really true? I can't absolutely know that's true. To be in relationship with each other, our different selves, these long years being misunderstood, friction rising from nowhere, spinning up to 11 from clear skies. As yesterday before the storm, the clouds gathered, a fight broke out as the air hung electric. Then the coming down, the acceptance, cooling front arrived, subsiding of panic, perhaps the lesson that yes, tolerance is work, that if I wish for forgiveness, and oh, who does not, I must forgive this panic, ill-projected anxiety landing on my head as rain drifted onto the basil plants, forgotten afterthought of storm cells larger rolling by, anointing in their lightning-fraught sweep, and going by spent. And then the last one, a poem in the form of Byron Katie's The Work after reaching a state of terminal romantic pessimism. I think that love will never find me. But is that true? Is that really true? I can't absolutely know that's true. Meanwhile, I turn away, reject, repel. Perhaps I might believe in the new desire rising, being met, in the waking to each other again thereafter, the hand supine in mine. But is he true? Is he really true? a silence. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much, Travis. And it's great to be here and listen to everybody.
Thank you, Nora. Again, everybody's got like such like I like that I don't try to force all of the poets to kind of fit into a similar mold on these because I feel like it keeps these the topography of these interesting. So like self-help poems, like poems in the form of self-help, obviously very different from Pornhub centos. And I just I feel like it keeps things very, very interesting. Um and pulling things from translations. Um, Really, really happy that Nora has had so much published, even if she's slowing down right now. There was like an absolute blitz after the one Dodo went up. So like at places like Electric Pink, I've seen your stuff at Don't Submit, quite a few other places, and it's just been really, really cool to see you kind of take off and crank out a lot of really, really great work over the past half year, and really, really happy to have you on one of those. Next up, another one that she's mostly doing, I believe, Substack last year, and she's been publishing a lot more in other spaces recently. And I've been very, very happy to see her work go up at places like Bruiser and Eulogy Press and all of that. Next up, we have Lilly Merrill, who also, yeah, I wasn't at the same reading, but we've both done Nightlight, and I saw her Nightlight set, and I was like, okay, let's get her in.
Yay. Well, that makes me feel very good. Thank you. This is the second time I've ever done this, and I'm not terrified. It's fine. I'm not terrified. All right. So what's up, everyone? I'm Lily. I will start with one that was, one of my first ones in this whole thing. What up, Bobby? This was in Michigan City Review of Books. All right, this one's called Provincial Blues. A doll in Billy Marks told me to tell him to take me to Florence. Ooh, like a grand tour. She's off to Staten Island, and I, still with no passport. I know I'm just scared to confront that the intricacies, the delicacy of the hulking old world might be wasted on me. And right here's more than enough rarefying nausea, black and blonde, wood and polished concrete, hotels where it's known, shit, everybody's been to Europe but me. All right, and then these next few ones were in Be About It. This one's called Narc. Riding one equinox to the next, innumerable grackles send up a great wheezing through the organ pipe's racket, and he shouts across the street, over the swamp and two radios, that they won't let him have Listerine anymore. Pretending to be one to whom anything is addressed, I iron myself into cedars that might join over the drive, in arching neglect, to roof a freezing and mercifully unfreezing pool, for daffodils to bow and be driven over, tired under, while he echoes the interminable barking that might wake us into something better. Okay, this one's called Kellogg's. Maybe that woman holding flowers outside is waiting for her lover this Tuesday night, he has the nerve to say. Absolutely, you would like Marty Robbins. I am just so illegible to myself. All I have is to toss a napkin, and limply at that. This is bad, like the last time I was in here, when Eli fell on his head, and we found ourselves in the care of the unbelieving Dr. Sunshine. Inelastic collision, and recall. I'm no longer curious about being told what to do. I will cry and not eat this. Yes, persons, and I should like to be one. Servers do shrink at the well of tears. I'm studying the backs of my hands on a dusty rose foretop. I take a picture that will not be a burden to him. When next we make ourselves beneficiaries of this something abject, loafer's trip to hear the song run back, overfull with regret, exactly here. I can see the device, always turned away when he breaks these things. I am absorbed in my wilderness. He is hosting me in his. I cannot read or fold a map. I am mining bad after the goodness that he chants over and over and over. I too am partial to that wondering aloud. I mean for my lips to drive it down through his forehead. There. Then cute does not survive the tone with which he pronounces it. Lone long hair plucked from a shirt. I am too softly disposed to stop his breathing for any length of time. Would that I could extinguish the work lights, beaming all night across the garden. I am as gentle as I'd like to stay, peril herein, shaving his neck before he meets his mother. Okay, this one's called Bomber. With every turn through this dead construction, nothing gives up its uncurling, out there in the productive, endlessly dilating world. Beating parts arrive late to repeople the rooms I'm alive in, so still I address myself to you. Left hip, once purposeless flesh, reanimates on command, even now, as it was grasped in greeting. And you are carried away again, drinking me, as if you'd never asked to drown. All right, and then this one was in Gonzoid. It's called Bird in Hand. Bird in hand, like some Snow White. Something not quite right about this one. Low-flying titmouse, lilac to apple tree to lilac to apple tree to lilac to me. I'd swear I've been alerted to an inborn instinct, harmlessness and sweetness, alighting dumb and earthy from every ill lately or soon to be done. My young pup and I believe in our beings domesticated, trained or enchanted. I whelp his every reaction, it seems. Who daimonioned who? Lashing out after I gave it up, drawing blood on King's broad arrow. Weight of wages of knowing not what we're wanting. In our redemptive thaw, he too tracks this wanderer from the nest, pins its wings tween his teeth, and delivers it back to me. I wish I'd thought to stop when all these creatures of land, air, and sea began falling. All right, and then this one was in Bruiser. This is called Genya 2. The plants are here in the room. I have one just like that. I am letting it die. I'm creating conditions and everyone, ever so gently, takes issue. I'd love it if you'd drive. I just let the bureaucracy roil in the background. Some who input these codes will be against the wall. I'm on autopay because I've kept house and not well. Good, the third man who's not quite up for it. Sorry, when I say right, I'm on a 5-second delay, accommodating and dull. What just happened there? I was drawing the sides of the triangle, but forgetting to hold. No, fear did not stop me then, but did I ever have the wrong end of things? It has no location. I am entombed in its protection. I'm not sure what else is moldering down here or why. So many parts of it felt right. I don't hear it as a voice, but it rings and is rotting beside me. It comes to the same thing, a longing dread, a long dead friend. All right, and this one was in Some Words. It's called 400 Days of Asking What is Happening and Why. And all there is to watch the skating. I can never do that, whoever that is, or I am. But I can indulge some live self-flattery, the feathering slight sense of being related to grace, embryonic muscle memorials to it, perpetually chill and sweating, permanent residence in grasping mellow hell, grinding on edges, ice into water, rictus with all its asymmetry, which no one actually detects, and encircling forever, no one's been angrier at me than me. All right, and then these are some newer ones. This is called Peripheral Essex. Hive blooming heat in witch torching town, we three in all, pressed in a shop of minerals cut into explanatory forms. Our people having farm swamps not too far from here. I've checked to be sure we're not implicated in any of it. Blue auras transmitted in a back room, patched by metal through our fingertips. The reality of my posture in Polaroid. Bloated figure at home and some crowning dispiriting freeze. Across the street in a big cig exhale, I'm told I've got a call to make. Trivia of the crossroads. Suprauterine woundings and hazard, though no bells are ringing. But their slackly gartered mania, Libra's mid-heaven, understanding in all its shimmering overwork, everything humid looming, and I'll just be laid out on the cobbles. All right, and this one's called Slay. Fine and acrid withdrawals, rolling through every light and shoulder. And still, screws and slats will snap on a keening wastrel's side. In my ever retiring, I am whimpering with the world of symbols to be easy on me. And then this last one is called From a Daylight Saved for Dream. Urgency dispensed from a lifted head. Clear stones tipped out from a diadem. Sour sleep about the neck. Winged by nauseous cycles of history's angels and golden tigers mounted over ankles. In a ring of the rising sun, dead horse and I, sitting a lapping trot, sketching the physics of quiet seats with no posting. A victory pass on our dignified, disoriented exit. All right, that's all I got. Thank you, everybody.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lily. I I've become, I think, like increasingly fascinated or enamored with your sense of musicality in your poetry. Um, something that I'm picking up on more like I don't know why it feels like I'm finding like I don't know, maybe alliteration or internal rhyme or things like these almost waning from a lot of contemporary poetry, and you like lean very very heavy into them. It's almost the same thing. It's almost the same reason I really like Lucas Mancini, his poetry. I find I think similarities, if not like they have their own kind of signatures. But I think I like your stuff for the same reason I like Lucas's stuff, where it is just
Right.
very tightly musically wound.
To be honest, yeah, most of it starts as songs. Like I think for a
Yeah,
long time before I started doing this, I was just like, oh, I just write songs, but it's no big deal because I don't play music anymore, so I don't have to do it. And then I
right.
was
I
like,
mean,
shit, I'm writing poems.
right, and obviously, kind of the musicality is still like in spaces it'll diffuse and then tighten, and I think there's more layering to this than you would have in like a typical pop song or whatever. But and I don't think like when I write poetry, I don't think it's quite as tightly wound as what you or Lucas do. But that's also kind of where I was coming from when I was
Right.
writing it because I didn't read like a ton of poetry. I I I was music journalist, so I just listened
Totally.
to a ton of music, and I found myself leaning on those kind of devices, and like even more so with you and Lucas, very very interesting, and I think it um puts you in a position where you stand out because not as many people are leaning into that style. It's page poetry. Your stuff still works very very well on the page, but when it's read around, it's like I enjoyed your stuff when I was reading it on the sites, and then when I listened to your nightlight set, it was like it clicked. It like really clicked.
Cool.
Um,
Thank you. That's very
so
nice.
and 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 I'm glad to have you read tonight. Before I pass things on to our next reader, I just want to remind everybody that we are going to be doing an open mic at the end of this. So basically, stick around. I know that Madeline is going to read something. I'm going to read something. It can be poetry, it can be flash. Don't feel like just because this is the main part of this is a poetry reading doesn't mean that you can't read something short prose at the end of this. Open floor for anyone as long as you are respectful, which I don't think will be an issue. We haven't had an issue with that. So yeah, next up, I am happy to introduce and have Bobby Vanecko. You probably almost all of you know who Bobby is. He runs Michigan City Review of Books, and he has been putting out a crap ton of really great American Sign Language poetry, and I am excited to, I imagine, hear quite a bit of that tonight. So, Bobby Vanecko.
Thank you, Travis. Yeah, it will be a lot of the ASL poems because, yeah, running the Michigan City Review, which now does stories too, and then also just started a review of film for any film writing. So if anyone has any of that, I'd love to read it. But yeah, reading takes up a lot of time. So haven't and then yeah, I took this ASL class for work that I really loved, and writing the poems kind of helped me keep reviewing the signs, and so that's been really helpful, and I've been working on that a lot. So I'm gonna read some of those, but to start, I'm gonna do a poem that came out in Bruiser magazine. So shout out to Josh and the rest of the Bruiser team. I know Travis likes this one too, so thank you again for having me. This is called Busload of Homers. Up here's Charlie the cat as well, who wanted to join. Okay. They dropped a busload of homers off in Santa Monica today. Homers roaming the streets in packs, couple dozen Homer Simpsons at least. A few of the homers raided the local donut shop, although as far as I know, Homer Simpson always made sure to pay for his donuts. Homer is an honest man, always was. He'd rather support the local donut shop with his hard-earned cash. Today's roaming packs of homers have strayed from true Simpson values, which makes sense because the show stinks now. Nevertheless, I would still love for the pack of Homer Simpsons to visit my city next. Please let me drive the busload of homers on a cross-country tour. All right. Still haven't heard about where those homers have gone next, which is really unfortunate, but you never know. Okay, so this next one is the first American Sign Language poem I wrote, which was just kind of like a one-off while I was in my class, and I sent it to ZH for Burial magazine, and he was really great and encouraging and gracious enough to publish it there, and has been, yeah, really great with getting me to write more and thinking of the idea to make them into a collection. So this one is just called Learning American Sign Language Poem, and it covers two signs. So the sign for learn is left hand flat, facing forwards, right hand reaching down towards the outstretched left palm, fingers pinching together on the palm in a grabbing motion, as if picking up the knowledge from the left hand, which represents a book. Then you bring the right hand up towards your forehead, depositing the book's wisdom directly into the brain. And you can't learn without help. So the sign for help is left hand flat, outstretched, facing forwards, right hand thumbs up, placed sitting upright on the outstretched left palm. Then slowly raise both hands up, the whole time staying connected, as if the left hand is helping the right one up. Thumbs up for helping others, and thumbs up for learning. All right, and then this one is the sign for friend, which was published in Be About It Press, which does a lot of really great stuff as well. So to make the sign for friend, you make a slight bend in both index fingers, interlock them together. First, with your right index pointed down, curving over your left index pointed up. Then switch them to left index pointed down, interlocked over your right index facing up. Repeat this movement, interchanging interlocked fingers a couple times while mouthing the word friend so your lips can be read. It's always important in American Sign Language to both sign and mouth the words. It's always important to make new friends, which you can do even more often if you know how to sign. And then the next one is the sign for Coke, which I could use right now, but I just have water. Well, the sign for Coke, as in Coca-Cola, looks as if you are jabbing a needle into your arm. It is done by using your dominant hand index finger to point your non-dominant arm's bicep. It's true, folks. I'm not making this up. And I'm not talking about cocaine. I'm talking about the drink. Why this is the case is debated somewhat in the deaf world. Many people think it's because of the idea of shooting up with cocaine. I've been told, however, by more than one old deaf codger that the sign originally had to do with the idea that in the old days, when deaf kids would have to go to the doctor to get a shot, they would afterward be rewarded with a bottle of Coke. P.S. The sign cocaine is totally different. It is an A hand, which is a fist with your thumb folded down on top, like in a thumb war, brought to the nose with a very small double movement. In response dated 4/17/2008, posted on lifeprint.com, Joanne Wiggins writes to Dr. Bill Vicars, I've been enjoying your excellent website and came across the sign for Coke and your speculations as to its origin. Here's my 2 cents. According to my dad, Georgia born and raised, Georgia being the home of said beverage, when he was growing up in the 30s and 40s, the slang term for a Coke was dope, as in, give me a dope. Presumably, this was a reference to the cocaine that was apparently part of the original formula. Maybe that hearing slang term found its way into sign language as well. And so I forgot to mention too, we used for the class this great website called lifeprint.com, which has like a lot of great lessons on ASL signs, and that's where I wrote a lot of the poems. So some of them were kind of directly taking dialogue from that or from those lessons. But it also has like a really great search function on the front page where you just like type any word into the search bar and then it'll play you like a YouTube video of the sign, which is like, yeah, it's really helpful. So if you're ever curious, I recommend checking that out. All right. And then I have one more, which is the most recent one that was published in HAD, and it goes over the sign for poetry. So to make the sign for poetry, form your right hand into a flattened O hand shape, which is made by pinching all your fingers together like you were holding on to a thin piece of paper. This flattened O hand shape carries the meaning of give in American Sign Language. So for the poetry sign, you bring that flattened O hand up to touch the left side of your chest, where your heart is. Then move that hand out and up, away from your heart. And as you move this hand out and up, you spread your fingers apart, like you are throwing what you grabbed from your heart straight up to the heavens. As Dr. Bill Vicars writes on lifeprint.com's ASL University, poetry happens when you take the beauty in your heart and offer it up to the world. So that is it. Yeah, hopefully I'll have some more stuff soon. So yeah, but if anyone else has things, I recommend sending them over. I love to check it out. I have been lucky enough to share a lot of great poems from a lot of the people reading and in the audience tonight. So thank you again, Travis, for organizing this.
Thank you, Bobby. I'm really, really, again, excited, looking forward to, I, as far as I've heard, an inevitable um, ASL poetry book. Um, I can see it forming. I'm excited for it. Both because, like, obviously it's very educational and it feels like it feels like educational poetry might be a little stiff or something, but there's such like I don't know, like a tenderness to the way that you approach it that makes it like work on a very separate level. And the fact that you're
Thank
kind
you.
of nailing both of those, I don't know. It's almost like I don't know how you're gonna take this, but it has like Mr. Rogers energy to it.
No, I like
Yeah,
that.
it's a little bit of Mr. Rogers where
It's great.
somebody is like sitting you down and he's teaching you, but there's this very kind of gentle warmth to everything that you're doing with it.
Thank you.
And
No, I
I really
appreciate
like
that.
it. That's another thing that is very, very different from what a lot of people are doing right now. And yeah, it's really, really lovely.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Ava Loomar. Excuse me, I just got my new round of braces in, so I'm still um trying to speak properly, and we'll see how that goes later. We have Ava Loomar, um, really really great poet that I became familiar with recently when she submitted to Dodo Racer. I'm gonna it feels like one of these weird things to kind of say ahead of time, but Dodo Racer's going to nominate for awards, and there are like three things that have gone up on the website that I'm like, this is absolutely going to be something that I'm going to nominate, and Ava's poem is one of them. She's also been in Anthropocene, a bunch of other great places. So I am happy to turn things over to Ava.
Wait, Travis, I'm geeking. Okay. That was so awesome. Thank you. To be so real, everyone, I didn't realize this is my second reading ever. My first one was 2 days ago, with Charlie, who I think is somehow still awake and in this chat from Anthropocene. Um, I didn't realize we were reading more than one thing. So I was very much scrambling on that front, but we're here and it's going to happen. So I'm going to read two things that are unpublished and two that are, and the last one is the one that was in Dodo. Um, so yeah, the first one uh, is also a little spicy, but it's called Conversation in His Brother's Bed. I love your lower back, he said, and I was disarmed because I've always hated my back, the whole piece, upper and lower, and suddenly, what a dumb thing to feel. And wasn't that so obvious? There I was, naked in his brother's bed, and I wasn't a slut for wanting both or neither or all because I didn't know what I wanted. And somehow I still deserved a tenderness I had never granted myself, and a coffee after, for good measure. Lord knows God was not present in that moment, but I've always done reckless things just to feel alive. So I said, no one's ever told me that before. Oh, I wish I could have seen myself from his eyes, stripped of that armor of control, brought to heel with such a simple revelation, swinging from the rope of reason to lust, for his hand massaging the skin I'd wanted no one, not even myself, to see. And the savage, searching essence called me leapt, no longer trapped inside. And there were no rights, no wrongs, just the coffee after, bittersweet and divine. That's currently unpublished. It's also still technically a work in progress. The next one I'm going to read was inspired by I went on this solo writing trip to a cabin in North Carolina. And I was in the Appalachian Mountains and the Blue Ridge Mountains, and I was very much inspired by the science behind why they are blue. But this is called Blue Ridge. I am not a fir tree, but I'm trying to be. I could be. I could be that salamander hiding under the slate. I love to be seen and I love to shield, to make everything blue and hazy and obvious. The first word I learned to write was my name. Now I am writing in efforts to avoid myself. Instead, I keep finding myself in places I shouldn't be, like painting an image in the negative. Blue and hazy, yet obvious. Bright because dark. The old master removes everything that isn't David. Chisel away the not me, and I am still the fir tree, still the salamander. Mountains only protect themselves. The falls purify even as they erode. It's useless. Wherever I go, there I am. The last word I write will still be my name. That was also unpublished, but it will be in my first chapbook that I am writing and finalizing now. This next one was in Jake the Mag. I don't know if they're still publishing. Actually, they were on a hiatus for a while, but love those guys. It's called Magic 8, and the concept of it is kind of you're asking a Magic 8 ball questions that you need to know the answer to. So it's a series of questions, a series of answers. Wait, it's dead? Oh, that sucks. Really love Jake. All right. Well, Magic 8, that's the poem. 1. Am I a good person? See how the sun has domesticated you. Gnarly teeth to puppy eyes. The beast is gone. Wild sensibilities tamed, docile, dependent. Wetted eyes and blushed cheeks. You're only natural, only human. Trust and shame, the same stinging shade of pink. 2. Does anyone really know me? Grab the moon like a ping pong ball and watch it bounce. Pluck from the oyster's tongue and marvel, the pearl. Mirror, mirror man's face, pockmarked with acne scars. Chew the wheel of mouse. Chew the wheel of cheese, little mouse. Chew and taste the salt. You are every fable, none. 3. Will I ever have control? Like the whisper of a dream, all wine to vinegar turns. Arm yourself instead. Grape arsenal, vine cavalry, barrel suits of armor. Battle on the front line. Did you know that most soldiers never fire? Load your musket 5 times over. 4. Am I capable of love? It is certain. It is very doubtful. It is decidedly so. Don't count on it. Signs point to yes. My sources say no. Better not tell you now. Reply hazy. Concentrate. Concentrate and ask again. Ask again and ask again and ask again and ask again and ask. How does it all end? With a kiss and a whimper, and the bell that rings after third period is the same that rings in the church tower. And after, the silence, the light. Always light, then dark. Okay. The last one is, of course, published in Dodo. Thank you, Travis. This one was inspired by a trip to the Vancouver Aquarium, which is a very nice aquarium, by the way, and also by a childhood obsession with becoming a marine biologist, which clearly did not pan out. But it is called Tide pool, fishbowl, blue blood, black light. At the aquarium, I wonder if the fish remember the sea, or if anywhere can be freedom if you've never seen your enclosure's walls. Maybe some oceans are only as large as a dewdrop, sucked up in a jellyfish heartbeat by a wandering bee's proboscis. And maybe, just maybe, some oceans have hard edges and buck-toothed children tapping at the glass. The sky feels that way now and again, like a dome overhead, spreading from the horizon up, 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 far enough away that it shouldn't really matter, but it does. It always does. As a child, I believed that if you listened hard enough, you could hear its electric thrum, the frequencies. And like a whale calf separated from the pod, I'd cry and whine my protestations into it, hoping they'd bounce off endlessly in some feeble, misguided attempt to echolocate the other roaming mobs of wild youth. We take up such little space in the world. It's magnificent. Yet so much happens between June and September. The sun sets, the moon rises, the handlers introduce new species into the Pacific tidal pool tank. Chitons and brittle stars, by-the-wind sailors. A single octopus that they swear is there, but I can never find, no matter how hard I squint my eyes into the nooks and crannies. I wish I were an octopus. I need hearts to spare at the rate this world is breaking them. I can't remember the sea, if ever one existed. Thank you.
God, fucking damn it. I mean, again, like I already thought that one obviously was good on the page, but second reading, fuck you. Second reading,
To be fair,
very,
I was
very.
president of Junior Thespians when I was in eighth grade.
All right, okay, all right. Yeah, lead with that. Lead with that. Very, very good presentation on some very, very excellent poems. Um, that was really, really great. And I really loved hearing, obviously, the Dodo poem aloud. We've got one more reader who's originally going to lead us off, but things got mixed up. And I think we're ending things probably a little fun. Um, this guy just had a book come out as well. It's called Flying High. He is the internet's resident horny poet slash pro. Very, very happy to have him close out this reading, which is, I think, on average, probably our most attended one so far. So thank you to everybody who has showed up and listened and read, and anybody who wants to, again, stick around and do some open mic at the end. But right now, I'm going to pass things over to Cletus Crow.
Hey y'all, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, good deal. So I'm just gonna read some poems. Thanks everybody for coming. This one's called Bye. When you move out, you stuff gravity in a box like it isn't something we share. I can float because I can't stop floating when I can't breathe. I have space for moments at least. You get what you want to. This one's Yogurt. You get drunk and fuck him twice. Guy was literally at our housewarming. If you want an alcoholic line cook, I'll scramble eggs. The nurse says I do not have AIDS. This one's birds. When I travel to another country, I wonder if the birds know I'm foreign, and that's why they won't speak to me. But then I remember they're birds, and most birds are spiritually French, and that's why they won't speak to me. Not that they can't, but even back home, they just love to sing and fuck so much. You have to sing and fuck with them, or listen as they sing as you go to work to afford one room in Utopia. This one's Florida. The beach is made of every vampire who dared to see an ocean sunrise. This one's koi. Two koi fish nose the walls of a small pond in my neighbor's front yard. Every koi pond should come installed with a suicide switch in case the fish can't stand the boredom. My neighbor is such a weirdo, man. I told him about the suicide switch idea, and all he said was, "Those are my reincarnated children." This one's lottery. If I was a millionaire, I'd hire someone to be my coffee table, since I hate the rings mugs leave, and most wealthy folks I know are profoundly lonely despite drugs. This one's temporary reign of a cloudy body. I bought a cattle prod. I keep it on my belt. And when I think of you or us or me with you, I shock myself until I only think of pain, of making it stop. Except this is a poem, and it's worse. But I'm doing all I can not to remember fondly. This one's bored at the club because I wrote it when I was bored at the club. Must be fun to have a disco ball for a brain, I think. But I like thoughts, like must be fun to have a disco ball for a brain. But must be dark in my skull, so it's just some orb. So now I'm dead. This one's 27 Club. I just turned 27, but I'm not brilliant or famous enough to kill myself yet, which makes me want to kill myself, but I don't. So there must be a part of myself thankful for failure. That's all for me. Thank you guys for listening.
Very, very nice, Cletus. So, yeah, I knew that I read your kind of heavier stuff as well, but I feel like I get more saturated with kind of the like the sillier stuff and the kind of hey, I'm a crow persona, and I get blasted by all those kind of tiny, heavy hitting ones, and that was again really, really good. Um, yeah, you packed like a lot of just like cleverness into a very small space, obviously. And yeah, you just land hard. Oliver, who I know you're friends with, also manages to do the same thing when you guys both go dark. Um, and yeah, that was really, really great.
Thanks a
Um,
lot. I really appreciate it. Do you want if you do you want to end on a funny one then? A funny haiku?
yeah, do one funny one, and then we'll go into the open mic.
Okay, this is in honor of ZH Gill, who read earlier the porn comments. Pornhub on my phone finally found that one clip. I am so happy.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. That's that's how we end our our scheduled programming, and now we are going into the open mic portion. The way that we're gonna handle this is, so Madeline already asked to go. She's gonna go first. I know that I'm gonna go. If anybody else wants to read before we close things out, just drop a comment into the chat. You can also start a private one if you don't want to announce it. Just find a way to let me know without turning your mic on so nobody's getting disturbed. And I'll put together a little list order for us to read. This is a couple short poems or a piece of flash. Try to keep it max 5 to 7 minutes. But if you can do shorter and we can keep things moving, that's great. Um, but yeah, first up is going to be Madeline, though. So I'm going to mute my mic.
Hey everyone. Really quick, thought I would shout out Travis and I had a little, I would say Zoom call, but we actually did it on Twitter. But we're gonna have a little like collab event in Chicago next month, which is really cool when they're here. So, watch out for the Sabertooth Tiger Dodo Eraser exclusive. Really excited to plan that. But yeah, not to brag, but I do have poems in Burial and in Michigan City Review books and in some words, but I won't be reading any of those for you. If you guys want to see those, go give our friends some website views. I'm going to read you guys a little unpublished piece that I wrote recently, and then something I have forthcoming in Gonzoid, which is really cool later this month. But without further ado, this is a ghazal that I wrote. It's my first successful correct ghazal, which is exciting. Still trying to find a home for it. And it is called Guzzle Oneself. Guzzle, like Guzzle. It's double entendre. An endless rebirthing, greedy and lecherous, insatiable for the wholeness of it, Ouroboros flexible, like a ring of forever promises, true to self. What woman unknowable, what girlhood mind fractured, on the borderline between hellbound and holy. You wouldn't believe it, how she'd construe herself, innocent as exoneration, cyclic as cycles are. Unreal wound, that gate scrape in Toulouse, a proclamation of not again, so self-assured, unglued from time's desired assumptions. So much rain, tears as footnote, as afterthought. In another life, a mad scientist. In this one, a scribe. An ode to the selfish. An elegy for empaths. A dying kind, hurrying toward extinction. Her love transcends earth, transcends reason. On a darker night, imbued self-loathing, softened only by sweetness. We're all addicts of something. Saint of mercy, of perfume, of Chicago skyscrapers. Dear Madeline, an offering to thine own self be true. So that's my ghazal. And then this next one I have coming, like I said, in Gonzoid magazine later this month. I think it's on the 23rd, but don't quote me on that. Really, really excited. This is a poem called If slash then slash. I hardly grew past that mind-sick hospital, halls rung through old blanched scars, collarbone excitabilis, my heels drag places I should dare not go, my shame clots between blank and blank, dug into like an old blade kept warm, like a half strangulation, body curls with semicolon want. I nauseate myself and turn volted in fright. If you knew my urgency, you'd empathize. What if blank and blank scaled cemetery's gate, pressed bouquet of forget-me-nots? Trumpet breath glistens on linoleum flooring. Yesterday's memory, tomorrow's dream. Today fraught with each hand clinging. Please forgive me. It's my first and last time alive. A golden birth looms, hot air balloon. Never planned to make it this far. but I'm here until. Thanks, everybody.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and go next, and then we've got at least three more after me, and then we'll see if anybody else wants to go. So I have been. Can everybody hear me okay? Because I know ZH was saying that I sounded quiet. Um, so I'm going to read one flash story. It's out one place, but it is not published yet, and we'll see if it gets published. This is, if you know anything about me, I am a wrestling fan. And so I'm putting together a book called Great Losers. I started writing Flash a couple months ago, and it's been going pretty well. I've had stuff in Had. I got stuff picked up by Bending Genres and Stanchion, and so it's going well. But this story is a story called Guiaburn, and it is about perspective. I'm at Jumpin' Chumps, the world famous trampoline park slash high limit casino, and right now I'm choosing jump, and I can hear my brand new knees creak in harmony with the trampoline springs. I've got $13 to my civilian name, and no one will book me like this, so I'm thinking about choosing chump and pumping it all into slots, and if that fails, I'll just choose jump again. Just ride the fucking elevator to the roof and hit a shitty looking shooting star press on the swankiest sports car I see. Think I saw Gordon Murray outside that could use a new coat of paint. Some little guy approaches. Heavy footsteps, thick presence, big head, stubby little arms and legs. His hair's a boat-tailed grackle soaked in crude oil. He looks like Hervé Villachez, but Mexican. He opens his mouth, and the room shakes. The trampoline screws fly loose, the slot machines malfunction and vomit endless rivers of coins. His voice booms low, deep, gravelly like a shofar stuffed with grits. String bean boy, I recognize you, he bellows. It's Giuseppe Anchovy, I correct him. Or it was. Giuseppe Anchovy was my wrestling name. I did 9 years on the Independents as an undersized high flyer and finally got a TV break jobbing out to some big dumb goon called Meatball McAllister. I go for my signature double anchovy press. That's a shooting star press with an extra rotation. Yes, I'm that good. He's supposed to catch me mid-air and transition into his spicy meatball slam, but the dunce ducks me. I land knees first and they explode like two shrapnel bombs. I saw what happened, says the little guy. You have garbage robot knees now, Tiny Fish Man. Fuck you, I say, exasperated. It doesn't matter. I'll never wrestle again. I'm going to kill myself. Then die in the ring, boy, the little guy says. He hands me a business card through the trampoline net. Says Eduardo, no last name. Says he's the promoter of Midget Pro Regulator. First of all, I say, do I look like a midget to you? Eduardo slaps the piss out of me. A dribble glides down my thigh. Secondly, Empreg, are you kidding? Never say midget in my presence, tall man, Eduardo threatens. I'm 5'1". And we're somewhat new. There are a lot of midget promotions. Most of the good names were taken. I did think Empreg was funny. He laughs at his own joke, and I want to punt him, but everyone in the trampoline park slash high limit casino would think I'm attacking an incredibly suave child. I would like to repackage you, he says, as a monster heel. I'm 127 pounds. You will need to bulk some, maybe 15, 20 pounds. Probably 30. But this is easier than trying to turn back time, no? You are perfect for this. The very big ones, they are clumsy and reckless. They would hurt my workers. You understand this. I'd always cursed how small I was. I wasn't heroic like the babyface luchadors of CMLL, and I didn't want to be. I loved villains, especially the big gnarly invader gaijins of AJPW, Bruiser Brody, Stan Hansen, Big Van Vader. I always felt in between, unbelonging, and I'll admit it, I was mad about it. Vader was my favorite. A lot of people thought he was named for Darth Vader, but he wasn't. But that incidental association, that connotation only added to his menacing aura. Can I go by Guiaburn? I ask Eduardo. Do you believe anyone will understand that reference? You seem to, I say, and it doesn't matter either way. What matters is I understand it, and I feel that understanding, and I make everyone feel how I feel. Eduardo grins a mouthful of gold and drags me back to the bar. He buys me a basket of 24 buffalo wings and I sign a contract. In 2 months, I'll debut. In month 4, I'll win the title. I tell Eduardo that's too fast and he agrees. That's why it'll work. Our fans will hate it and they will hate you. That's what you want, yes? I nod. He slips me a check for $1,000. This is for food. It's an investment. I find out you use any of this at Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, I will kick you in the shin. I want you on Wendy's triple baconators. I have eyes everywhere. I eat only Wendy's for 2 whole months. Light cardio, lots of strength training, lots of leg presses. I need to put on 30 pounds fast and I need my legs to be strong to carry the new weight. My knees creak, but I don't care. I don't want to be lean or fat. I want to be thick and scary, a wall of pure fucking meat that hits back and chases you. I make my debut in Mpreg as Guiaburn at 153 pounds in a blood red singlet and pitch black mask with silver embroidery and blonde tassels flowing from the back. I lay out the champ, El Hijo del Esperanza Sol Jr. Jr., and call my shot. I hear boos, but it feels like the crowd is just playing along. 7 weeks later, it's time. Esperanza tells me before the match that he'll keep me safe and that he trusts me to do the same. I sell for him enough to make the crowd believe he can win. And he will win someday, but not today. I destroy him with a cross chop and climb the corner turnbuckle. I hit a springboard splash, the perspective shift, and Esperanza crumbles underneath me. I don't even touch him. The ref counts 1, 2, 3. As he barely manages to wrap the belt around my new frame, I'm assaulted with a barrage of jeers and curses. Fuck you, Guiaburn. Fuck you, Guiaburn. They hate me. They really hate me. And I'm home. All right. That's my thing. And next up, we've got Josh. Let's go, Josh.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for reading that, Travis. That was great. I've got some new stuff already, a couple of hopefully pretty short ones. Real quick plug for Mind Palace Poetry. I've been taking a couple of poetry workshop classes with Carson Jordan, and they've been great. There's a new round of classes that's coming in July, so if you want to get on the mailing list for it, go check her out, mindpalacepoetry.com. It's been great, and it's been a great crew of writers that I've been workshopping with. Um, Maybe the best open mic that I went to, or the best reading that I went to at AWP came from Mind Palace and Ruth Stonehouse. So I've got a couple of quick ones here. This one is a prose poem from a new project that uh, I'm writing a series of poems about sort of an idiot speaker or maybe a couple of speakers. And in this, our speakers get a chance to speak with God. This is called My Turn. God eats whatever God wants. God says you can do whatever you want if you forgive yourself after. So that's how he keeps getting away with it, I think. And that's one question I can mark off the list. Like tricking the genie into a free wish. Pope Leo told me not to overthink it, but he and I both know I'm the king of the underthinkers, lord of the oversayers. Blessed be the foot in the mouth. Eat this in remembrance of me. My tongue works hard to keep a steady lead on my heart, my brain trailing in last place, getting lapped for a second time, like the fat kid on track day all over again. A second coming, says you, but I'll be walking the last lap. Finish line confetti made me the last laugh. When I catch my breath, I'll get round to asking that question, don't you worry. The piggy bank has removed my fear of growing too full, of being too patient, of holding all that one can until all that is left is breaking. I've been doing this for so long, it won't kill you to wait a little longer. The idiot and I have an agreement to walk through this hand in hand together. Some decisions are so big that the only choice you can make is a mistake. What would you eat until the end of time? And what's your favorite album? God tells me you get one question. Everybody gets one. God says, make it count. We crinkle open a bag of kettle cooked chips. We stuff a couple in my mouth. Through burning salt and vinegar, we serve our Savior lip, quoting back his holy word. Bet you can't have just one. Thank you. And then this one is much shorter. This is from the same project. And again, big shout out to Carson Jordan. I wouldn't have written any of these poems if it weren't for doing generative work in class. So definitely do yourself a favor, go check it out. This last poem from me is titled When Nothing is Left, Everything is All Right. First, we turned off all the lights to figure out what we couldn't see. Then we named everything important from memory. When the sun came up, we took everything not on the list and gave it all back to the earth. It will know what to do with it. Trust me on this. It always does. All the stuff left inside the pile was meant to make our life easier. It's a game we keep on playing now, and the list gets easier to remember every time. You know, most nights, I don't even have to think at all. Thank you all.
Great. Thank you, Josh. I believe next up we have is Maria, right? I'm losing track, but I believe it was Maria.
Yeah, awesome. All right, I'm in my jammies. This is my first time doing this. Super excited. Thank you, Ava, for encouraging me. Here is my stream of consciousness. I want everything on a silver platter. I don't recognize myself. I hate my job, but it makes me money. I'm poor. I'm wealthy beyond belief. I am in love and not all at once. How bizarre life is, detached from the human experience. I am a spiritualist, I am a materialist, but mostly I am unsure, doubtful. I've started drinking only espressos or these over-the-top specialty latte coffees that cost me half an hour of work to purchase. They are a luxury. I am a luxury. Men are a luxury. Life is absurd and living is a luxury. I'm thinking of picking up trash like that environmentalist guy, Andrew Otasso, who I admire. May Mother Nature love and bless him always. I find myself wondering what drives him to do what he does. He is probably a sensitive man. In a world of desensitized people, I too am. The truth is, I'd rather scream or howl at the moon or both. I have weird memories of things I've done and weird memories of things I haven't done. And I guess this is just a way to keep myself accountable to the change and recognize that it is all changing all the time. And I am time, and it is slipping out of my hands. And I am also slippery. I am not a writer or a painter, but I will dabble and take a course. I have not been enjoying getting dressed at all. I am a nudist, but had a weird experience once involving a masturbator and a nudist beach. Everything is difficult, or everything is easy, except for making art or having an original thought. I'm tired of the girls and the boys. Who cares that I used to write, or think of myself as someone who would enjoy that? Now I realize I am just a voyeur and that I enjoy seeing and not being seen. I am a little bit in love with him and communicate with his dead mother, who I am pretty sure is sending me messages from beyond in the form of white feathers I find wherever I think of him. Does this happen to anyone else? Who cares? How do I even make art anymore? I am not an artist. I made a mistake and now owe $4,800. I make money and it quickly leaves. life is weird and my hair is gray and I see pregnant women in pink sweaters while I'm wearing black and I like to think of the life they are growing and I wonder if I will ever grow life. How strange is that? I wait for his messages. I answer his call. I wait and I wait and I wait and I wait. For what? Maybe she will tell me, the pregnant woman. And that's all I have.
Very, very nice, very good. Okay, moving along. I know that we have Samantha up next, and then past that, if I've missed anybody, let me know. I'm not gonna like crazy peer pressure people to doing things, but um Samantha, and then let me know if I missed anybody or if you want to jump in.
Hey everybody, I'm Samantha. You might have seen some of my stuff lately in Eulogy, Michigan City, Bull, and some other places that I can't quite remember right now. This is a longer poem than the stuff I've been putting out lately, but I'm kind of workshopping it, so I'm going to test it with you guys. This is called Dinner with the Arsonists. The eternal truth is, if they're 15 minutes late, you can leave. The glow of the chandelier paints my fingertips Pinot red, but I think my time's up. Dinner with the Arsonists is a charming affair. The fine china is all third generation, and the stories they tell are all sugared nostalgia, only doled out for special occasions. The trick is to be grateful while they light matches. You can't take it too personally. Some words are just words. Some smiles only reflex. Some houses are just a box for all your secret treasures. You're grown up now, aren't you? You don't believe in stories, do you? Thanks, guys.
All right, I'm gonna do one last call if anybody wants to jump in and do an open mic thing. Otherwise, I'm gonna close things out. I'm gonna do. I don't know. I'm gonna count down from 15. Make yourself known in the chat if you would like to do something. All right, I'm starting my count. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
No,
and what?
I'm totally fucking with you.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're calling it. Thank you, everybody, for showing up to this. We are going to have another one in about 3 weeks, and it's going to be a prose reading, and I am about to announce the lineup for that basically now. Well, I'm gonna post the wonderful poster for it on Twitter. So if you follow Dodo Eraser on Twitter, you will see that shortly. And I'm very, very happy with that lineup. I think others will be as well. If you enjoyed this, would love to see you again. Maybe you can muster the courage to do open mic at the next one. And yeah, anybody who's scheduled or unscheduled can always do the open mics. Um, so yeah, hope to see some of you again. All right. Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you, Travis.
Thanks,
Thanks
Travis.
for the invite.
Thank
Good night,
you,
everybody.
everyone.
Guys.
Hope you had fun.